Beyond words are actions. Ideas are only figments of our imagination until steps are taken and projects executed. What makes Enactus ABU so unique? How are they so organized? In this episode, we will delve into the team structure and understand how it works.
My name is Enactus ABU, and I am a fourth-year major in the Department of Health Education, and I am the team lead of Enactus ABU University Zaria. I joined the team in 2020, and to be honest, I did join because I had never heard of Enactus before. So it's quite an interesting story because I was in a cyber cafe one random afternoon, and then a friend of a friend then came into the cyber cafe and then offered to sell me the Enactus phone. And for someone I had no idea about Enactus at that point in time, I wasn't even interested, but for some strange reason, I still got the phone. And long story short, I joined the team. That has been my story. That's how I joined. Enactus ABU University team structure is one that is hierarchical in that, okay, you have the country office, and then from the country office, you have, coming down to the university, you have the faculty advisor. Now, the faculty advisor is the link between the Enactus team and the university administration, that's the Senate, right? And then moving down, you then have the team lead, right? And then below that, you have the executives. Now, the team lead is also a part of the executives, but is just maybe a level above, right? And then after the executives, you then have the unit heads, right? Who are the respective heads of each unit. That's for R&D, engagements, and the likes, right? So then after the unit heads, you then have the business group heads and project heads, right? So in a way, information flows, top down, but at the same time, it's not just one that is one directional, right? It's multi-directional in that if you have a system or you have a structure where authority or even information only goes in a linear pattern, in many ways, it creates bottlenecks because there are situations you'd have where somebody might not be available, and then you don't want to wait for that person to be available before you have a solution to that. So it's also sideways and then top down.
My name is Hamza Abdulaziz. I'm a final student of electrical engineering and the current project manager of Enactus ABU University for the year 2024. So my roles in the team as the role said, project manager. So I manage the team's project from ideation to implementation. Enactus ABU University, we focus on identifying problems in the community. That's one of the first step of problem of ideation, basically. That is, when other people see problems, we will see opportunities. So the first step is identifying a problem. After identifying a problem, they will now do a critical need assessment to understand, okay, is this problem actually a problem? What are the key factors? What is the major forces behind this problem? Or what is the root cause, basically, of the problem? After we have come up with a solution, and then maybe we later find out, okay, this solution is not actually tackling the problem as it's supposed to, then we go back to the drawing board.
My name is Idam Ramatu, a 300 level student of accounting, and I am the Secretary General of Enactus ABU University. I can remember last year when I was nominated to be the Secretary General, the faculty advisor said something as the Secretary General, you're a backbone of the team. So my role basically entails ensuring that all the activities of every member aligns with the overall goal that we set for ourselves for the year. So I would say like more of a HR type role, and then also ensuring that every correspondence that leaves the organization represent the value and the culture of the organization, and then making sure that there is proper documentation of those correspondence, the ones that leave the organization and the ones that come into the organization. I'm basically the person in charge of making sure that every member's activities, every action that the members on the team take is targeted towards achieving our overall goals set for that year. So that is where the evaluation process comes into play, making sure that, okay, we are tracking and measuring to see who is performing and who is doing what, and making sure that what they are doing is in line with the overall goal. Aside from that, I'm also in charge of sending out correspondence from the organization and then making sure that those letters, those documents reflect the values of the organization.
My name is Mariam Yunus Lawal. I am a 400 level chemical engineering student of Ahmadu Bello University area. I'm a 2024 NETF scholar and I'm the team's financial secretary. Okay, so Enactus ABU has a couple of startups, businesses basically, and projects. So what we do is we use them to apply for grant, sponsorship, and partnership. And then when we get the support or fund, plug them back into the businesses. Also, the revenue we generate from the sales of our products are reinvested back into them so as to support other operations that we are carrying out on the project. Our product line, it's a skincare product line. Under Pampel, we have the body cream, we have the face cream, and then we have the insect repellent. So there was a time when we're done with production, we applied for grants, we got funds, and then we were able to upskill production. After production, we had a market storm. Our members went to Samaru markets. They were all over campus selling the product. And then when we got our profit from that product, we used it to start another line of production. And that is how we started our Palm Ridge. That's our poultry feed.
My name is Precious Alex Tuji. I'm a 400 level political science student of Ahmadu Bello University and the social media officer for Enactus ABU.
My name is Innocence Baile Solomon. I'm a 500 level student of mechatronics engineering and I'm the technical director for Enactus ABU. As the technical director of the team, my responsibilities are actually very much defined. For one is I'm in charge of managing all the technical equipment of the team, and this involves the cameras, projectors, and so many things. And then for other one is whenever we have a competition, I'm in charge of producing all the videos, the annual reports, and even when I'm not producing them, I have to be there to make sure that everything is in check and everything is actually up to standard.
It was the name Patel's class I was taking, and one thing he said is content is king. About 80% of it are actually most active on social media. And so in order to build brand awareness for what we do at Enactus ABU, we post most of our activities, our content, our awards, our achievements, our partnership on social media. And in doing so, we get people to see what we do at Enactus ABU, and they would want to partner with us. One of the ways we'll be able to stay consistent on our social media is content. And at Enactus ABU, majority, in fact, I would say all of us are social savvy individuals. So it's easy to get people to get content from social media that we recreate and then post online. We get our content ideas from our social media pages, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and we have people that are in charge of videoing the content. We have people that are in charge of being the main character of the content. We have people that are in charge of getting sounds. We have people that are in charge of editing the video. And my job is to ensure that each of these people play their part responsibly. And when the videos are edited and done, I get to give corrections if there's any, give feedback as to where they could improve, and finally get the team to see if the video is of top quality. Then we post on our social media pages.
process, one of the stages of the recruitment process is the team training, where the new members get to know about the team's rules, our values, our culture, why we do what we do. So it is a mixture of communication and compassion. So we communicate the rules, what you are meant to do, when you are meant to do it. So we make sure that everybody understands what we are doing and why we are doing what we are doing. But let's say if there is a reason why someone cannot adhere to a particular rule, something like maybe a meeting time or like something so flexible like that, we understand that, okay, we are humans and then we have human problems and the day-to-day struggle of life. So when that person follows the proper procedure of taking an excuse for not being able to be present for something, obviously we bring compassion into executing, or let me say responding to such situations. So it's like we're making sure that everybody understands the rules, but at the same time when we're enforcing the law, we do it with compassion. And then for every action you take, there are consequences. And I feel like when you are just part of the Enactus ABU culture, the Enactus ABU environment, you can't just help it but be great.
Managing finance can be a little bit tricky. At the end of the year, the country office, that's the coordinators from Enactus Nigeria, come over to have a financial audit. And this audit entails them going through our finances, our financial statement basically for the entire year, and just ensuring that all the funds allocated to us or all our resources basically were appropriately used and not mismanaged. And after we are done, I have to properly keep record of it. I have to keep all the records of all our finances intact, so that when they come, I have a proof. I have something to show for all the events that we had and all the things that we spent money on. I have a physical proof of it.
Our core values are time management, sincere commitment, team bonding, discipline, and sacrifice. So at Enactus ABU, all the members of the team, or most of the members, are cut across almost all the departments. You have people from law, people from, accounting, engineering, education, right? So that in itself makes for a team that is rich in terms of, difference in ideas, difference in thought processes. So innovation is at top of what we do, right? And then secondly, I would say is a commitment to excellence, not just in the way we carry out our projects or in the way the team runs or in the way we conduct ourselves, but it's that we demand a lot from ourselves. We don't limit ourselves by saying, okay, we're just students, so we can't do this. No, in fact, it's even the more reason why we feel as though, and we know that we're able to do certain things because we are passionate, we are young, and then another thing is where others see problems, we see opportunities. So we don't shy away from the hard things. We want to do the hard things. So I think those three things contribute immensely to what makes Enactus ABU different from other school clubs. So, and because of that, I think it's no surprise that a large part of the students or whatever contributes, or the things that contribute to entrepreneurial success on campus largely comes from Enactus ABU University.
We've heard from the team executives and learned about the important roles they play. But what's next? In the next episode, we'll dive into the different units that make up the team and explore how they collaborate to turn big ideas into reality.
But I'd say one that stands out is winning the national competition in 2023.
There's no role that does not have its own challenges. But the first challenge I face as the project manager of Enactus ABU University is not having the technical know-how, basically.
One of my most favorite moments would be our end of year dinner. I enjoy our end of year meetings because it is a time where everybody gets to unwind. It is a time where people that have worked right from the beginning of the year get to be seen, they get to be heard, they get to be appreciated.
My first year in Enactus, the most memorable moment was my top 1 for 10 moment, because it was like, aside from the large team, I had a smaller group of people that I could connect with closely. So like anytime I get to work with people in small circles, it's always so fun. I think last year was the unit head circle. This year I can't choose one. This year it was executives, unit head, my Enactus story, everybody. So it's the people. They are the most memorable parts of my year. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Love you too.